Testing.
Testing.
Testing. Just one more time. Say something long. Say sautéed green beans.
Sautéed green beans.
And then just say sautéed green beans.
Sautéed green beans.
Okay, great. Looks good.
Okay, great.
Let me turn my body. Wow. Okay, we're here today to talk about the one and only, the fucking menu.
We should
do
it together. I didn't want to
Yes,
bust
chef.
any headphone users out with the loud clap, so hopefully it wasn't that loud.
No, you're good. They're all good. There is quite a bit to unpack, I feel.
Oh my God, I know.
That was a very specific movie.
It was like
An energy that I hardly ever experience.
Okay. It's interesting that you say that because I feel like, it's definitely an interesting movie, but I could definitely see where they got like inspiration.
Duh, no one said that.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
We're all thinking it.
Really?
We're all thinking it, yeah.
Go ahead and say it.
The ending gave Midsummer.
It wasn't just the ending the entire time I was thinking. It was like, it reminded me of Midsummer.
Yeah, there's actually a part in the beginning when she was showing them around and they said something about like some sort of customs that they
Mm-hmm.
do you know what I'm talking about? It was a word that they literally used in Midsummer.
Okay. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
They used, there was just so much inspiration from Midsummer. Like, it was like a comedic, lighthearted version.
Yeah, and we all know Midsummer is up there with one of my favorite movies ever in the whole world. So anything even close to it, I'm gonna fuck with, no matter what.
Yeah.
If I see a whole group of people intensely burning to death, it's gonna trigger some peace in my soul.
I feel
some
like
dirty people.
Where you loved Midsummer, and like, I still, I'm not gonna say like this movie is better than Midsummer because I don't necessarily think that at all.
The hell?
I didn't say that.
Just making sure.
Anyways, I do think it's like for people who maybe can't handle like
Midsummer.
Like Midsummer is so much more like obviously intense. It's like full horror. This is like comedic horror.
If you want a baby step to get to Midsummer, this is
the movie.
This is your little booster. Your booster seat.
For sure.
Oh, okay. Before we rate it, I was like, when we were driving home, I was thinking I had almost a personal rating, and then I had what, by world terms, if I was genuinely a critic, what I would give it. From a critic's point, I think I'd give it a 6.9.
Really? That's kind of low.
I'm just saying.
Okay, why do you say that? What took off so many points?
Well, okay. For one, it's not so many points. It's just out of 10. It's closer to 10 than 1. But it was... There were a lot of... Oh my God, I don't know. There's so much to unpack that it's hard for me to even begin why I would give it that rating. You're going to have to almost give me some time to break it down first. But a personal rating, I would give it a 7.9.
Okay, I was going to say like personal, like an 8.5.
I would watch it again for shit.
Oh my God,
I don't even know why.
Like, I seriously was already thinking like in the movie theater, like this is like a movie I would totally see again.
Yeah, it was so fun. It was just such a fun watch.
And the music was good.
It had lots of twists and turns. Something that, if it's somewhat of a mystery where you can fail really quick, is if it's building up to one thing. That one thing either has to hit and it's good, or if it doesn't, then it's a shitty movie. But they let you know quick. Everyone will die. They have brought it
Yeah.
up at least twice before they all died. No, I'm telling you, everyone here will die. I guarantee it.
It was like, honestly, I think it was so good. Like, okay, in the way that you watch the trailer and you think, oh, this is going to kind of be like a predictable movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, kind of, but not really, because I don't know. It was just so unique.
There was a lot to it. There were so many
layers.
If you were driving a car and you took like a right turn here, mm-hmm. and you thought, okay, it's going towards this end, you know where the ending is, but the path to get to this end had so many turns.
Yeah, and it actually had such a more like of a meaning behind it than I thought there would be. Like, I thought it was just going to be, there's just a bigger meaning.
There's still some, okay, I have a bone to pick with a couple things. Okay. This is why I knocked it from being a
okay, I get that, because there's like a few
movie.
Things that, you know, I probably am gonna agree with.
First of all, the chef Julian, is he just out of his fucking mind? The only reason I say that is because throughout it, like, yeah, he's kind of this crazy / genius / a step ahead of everyone else, mm-hmm. kind of guy. But when he made the cheeseburger, like, I know, like, it was the first time he made something with love for, like, since, like, a long time, since mm-hmm. 1987 or whatever that picture said.
Mm-hmm.
But his, like, his demeanor, like, how easy he just went from, like, you were dying to.
I think he definitely, like, lost his mind at some point. Not, like, in the movie, like, obviously before the movie, because he was normal. Like, the people, like, that one couple who came said that they'd been there 11 times.
Mm-hmm.
And so he definitely did. You know, I feel like all chefs, if you have watched, like, Chef's Table or something, like, they're all, like, a little kooky and, like, quirky. Like, they're really, like, artists. And they're kind of like loners, so they're kind of like all weird like that.
Okay, let me put it this way. In comparison to Midsummer, which we shouldn't really be comparing these movies, because they're totally separate movies other than the death, for real.
Well, and like going to this place and like everyone
yeah, but
dies.
Still they need to remain in like almost totally separate categories. But mm-hmm. for the sake of this conversation, if you were to compare Midsummer, their whole reason for their death was like, they had explained it pretty well. Like, what is it right? Morally, obviously not.
Yeah.
But they had a reason for their sacrifices, mm-hmm. their whole shit. Their whole shit was meticulously planned.
Right.
In this, like,
there is.
I know there is, but it just feels so dramatic.
I think it is dramatic. Obviously, like, I think a lot of movies will, like, be overly dramatic to kind of, like, drive a point home. And it kind of reminded me of Nope in the way of, like, you know how everyone, like, represented something in Nope?
Okay.
Obviously, not everyone just represented something different in Nope, or in this movie, in the Menu, but they did represent, obviously, like, the elite people, the people who are, like, pretentious, have money. And it was, like, obviously he had become a part of that, but he didn't come from that. And
there's also, I don't mean to interrupt you, but there's something really fascinating, and it feels like, I don't know if it will always be this way, but there's something interesting about watching very rich people with their unbelievably selfish, entitled worlds, their mindsets.
I know.
It's so fascinating. And it's funny. It's always funny.
They're really, like, out of touch with reality.
Yeah. And you can't even bring them back into it.
But I just liked how they showed, like, how each, like, you know, group of people had their, you know, like, their big issues. Like, the old guy who got his finger chopped off. Like, he's a big cheater, like, pays for, like, prostitutes. And, you know, the wife is just... I mean, I feel bad for her, but she's like out of
I
touch
liked
too.
that wife.
No, I know, but like she's
but,
also out of touch.
Even while the movie was ending, she stuck out to me almost more than anybody else in this movie.
I know.
I don't know why. Something about her like face.
She was really
She
real.
was so shook. Like she was so, but she was way too real. It was like that's how that woman would really be. And when he gave him like a goodie bag, and it had a piece of his finger in each one, in her face. Like I don't know if you noticed it, but she like got like disgusted but also shocked.
I know. She like threw her bag.
She did a good job. That did not
she did.
like pass me by at all.
I know.
She really
Shout
blew it
out
out
to
of the
that
water.
Actress.
For real.
Oh, I'm not supposed to say actress, my bad.
It's fine. Anyway.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, I thought it was really interesting. I thought like the people who were really rich who did like the fraudulent money guys, oh my God, they were so realistic, but like such assholes, like so real. What's that guy called, or his name, the one that like was the actor, that's like in everything. He's like in everything as a supporting role. I mean, his was like funny. It wasn't like anything like that special. It
was somewhat of a comedic relief. Obviously, when they're seeing all their tortillas, and his is just that shitty movie he did.
I know.
Why am I here? Because I had a day off. Like, just seeing your face makes me mad.
I know. His first day off in months. And it was like... Anyways. Yeah, that was just really funny. One thing I will say is I really feel like they failed at inclusivity.
Okay.
Like, I know that they had, like, people of color in this movie. Like, I'm not saying that they didn't, but like you're showing like elites and like all these people, and I mean the only like black people they had in the whole movie were just like the chefs, obviously complete like might as well be extras. And there was like one other guy that was like a guest, but it just feels like they could have tried harder, you know?
I guess.
I don't know. To me, they could have. Like, I'm just
it's
saying.
Just these are the bad people, you know?
But like you could see the humanity in everyone. Like, just because they're like they're rich and, you know, whatever, pretentious people.
But they casted stereotypes is my point.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like even Anya's boyfriend, I can't think of his name right now.
I know that they wanted to use like Anya Taylor-Joy, but I mean they could have
her boyfriend.
No, I know, but I'm just saying that they could have put like even her. Like,
let me just finish this. Her boyfriend, like, he is a very stereotypical guy. This is like a guy a rich like white guy that you'd see all the time. The majority of these couples, they were like the same, like very stereotypical rich white people. I just think it was like very specific characters.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but anyways,
what did you think of her boyfriend? I keep calling her boyfriend, but
and they weren't.
That was an interesting twist. That was one of the first like twists, actually.
Yeah, that
she's like a prostitute.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, definitely unexpected, but interesting.
What did you think about like his?
Oh my God, he was just like the worst. He was so annoying. Like,
right, but I thought when he
come to find out, he knew like for months they were all gonna die. Can you believe that? That
was psychotic, and that he brought, obviously, again, like that was just a tiny detail of something really good, because this whole Mrs. Wentzler, whatever the fuck her name was, she's not coming anymore.
Yeah.
Who are you? You thought like there's probably more to this, you know, like he's gonna reveal something about this bitch. But it obviously makes all the sense of, well, I'll just bring like a fucking prostitute with me, this random ass bitch.
Yeah, because you couldn't come
Anya.
as one person. You had to.
Yeah, but whenever it was like his, I guess, turn to die, I thought that scene was so fucking good. Oh my god. When he was like, you know why I like picked you to come here over everyone else? Because you know so much. You care. You know every detail. You know about this ingredient. You know about these machines we use to make it.
Yeah.
You get it. Put on this chef jacket. In fact, let me put your name on it. You, Tyler, that's what it was, are now a chef at our kitchen. Everyone welcome and start. Cook.
I know.
Cook.
And then he's like,
he can't cook. Like,
a brick.
it was something so, it had so many like layers to it. Almost like the difference between consumers and creators, you know?
Yeah.
Big consumer, but like, and he will judge and pick and critique but cannot.
I mean,
can't cook. He couldn't cook to save his life. It was literally that.
I know. And he was like, "You're a cook. You're a cook. So cook."
Aww.
And he shit.
He did. He shit the bed.
He shit the bed so bad. And he was like sweating. I mean, leeks, shallots, and lamb chops.
I know. Undercooked lamb.
Oh my god. Oh, I loved that part of the movie that they would like show each dish and like explain it. Oh, like there were certain parts of like this movie that were so good. Like,
okay, let's talk about one of the best actors in this movie. What's her name? I don't know. Main.
Oh, yes. The sous
with the
chef?
perfect bangs. Yeah.
Oh,
was she a sous chef?
She's not. That's I think the other one.
The sous chef was that guy who killed himself, I think.
Huh. Well, anyways, whatever. Obviously, it's, the lady with the bangs.
She was great. I loved her. She was hysterical. She was hysterical.
So funny. And, like, she was so serious about her job. Like,
yeah.
I thought it was so interesting that all these chefs were so... It was so shocking. I know I'm kind of, like, branching off, and we'll get back to this lady, but obviously the first death, the suicide... was really shocking.
It was so shocking, and it put the movie into a serious it went from, obviously it was the first big thing to happen, and it was dead ass, like, oh, people will really get hurt or die, no joke.
And I thought, like, I mean, you could kind of tell something was coming because they put the cloth down and they put like all like the leaves like out, and he comes up and like he starts to cry, and you kind of know that like, something's going to happen, but it was just like, it was so shocking seeing it.
And it was quick.
It was very real. Like, that's like...
And his whole, like, dialogue, the whole speech, the whole dialogue before that between him and Julian. You will never be like me, or you'll never, blah, blah, blah. You'll never want this life, blah, blah. No, I don't. No, I won't. And then...
I know. And that's another... like thing that gave me Midsummer. I know I keep bringing it up, but like, like the old people that jumped off the cliff.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There's
spoiler alert.
Theirs was because their life cycle had ended.
Yeah, I know it's different. I'm just saying, like, the suicide.
Yeah. This man, he just, it was again like heavy because he will just never reach his fullest potential according to this movie.
I know.
Or his fullest potential is reached, and it's not shit.
Yeah. Low key, I would have rather gone out like he did than the big fire. So
nobody ever wants to go out by a fire. That's crazy.
They all were so willing. Even the guests. We'll get into the ending like later because that is a whole topic, I feel like. So we'll get back to this lady.
Yeah, come back to the lady that we all love so much. Yeah, the funniest woman out here.
Like, great. And she was so like protective over the chef.
She was, but I thought her death was kind of okay. Up until this point, everything was so funny, serious, and respectful about her. And then in like 30 seconds, he will not replace me with you. But like he wasn't. It didn't even seem like he was trying to replace Anya with her. Like she just got there. She's not a chef.
I think.
It just felt like she was tripping.
I don't know. I think she saw something. Obviously, her and the chef have been like. I mean, she's his right hand person. Mm-hmm. So I think that
she knew she was gonna get kicked to the curb or something.
Well, obviously she knew that they were all gonna die anyways. But I think that it was just like the principle of like this whole night, like being her last hurrah of life, and like this bitch comes in and is kind of like taking her moment away from her. Maybe. I mean, it was something. Obviously, she did not like it, and yeah, I mean, she did go out like. In a weird way.
A hole that wasn't completely filled. I guess. All right. When Anya goes to his house and she goes behind the silver door and he has like his memories, basically pictures of his life. Yeah. They had that in the restaurant. In the beginning, she was like, "What's behind that door?" It's like something special. Like what? What is it? Is it, again, more of his memories? Copies of it?
You're right. They did leave that out. Really bad.
Anything?
I mean, who knows what was back there? I mean, maybe it was like all the marshmallow shit.
It fucking blew up, you think?
Maybe. Because they had all like the marshmallow hats. Or the chocolate hats.
They showed the bear in Midsummer.
Yeah.
And they're like, don't worry about that.
Because they did bring all that shit out of somewhere. And she had to get the tank of like kerosene or whatever they used. So like obviously maybe that was like, I don't know.
Oh shit, you want to know? Okay, so when the movie ended, and we're gonna have to break down the very final scene in a minute, but when Anya was on her boat and she was eating the cheeseburger and she had the menu like in her bag or in her to-go box, I was looking at it to see if it had like cheeseburger on there, to see if he had like already planned that she would kind of do some, because it had.
He didn't even know she was coming. That's why it fucked everything up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, I thought that maybe because he's like this genius type of supposed to be type of person. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I couldn't see. They didn't show it.
Yeah.
But before they did the s'mores, he told Anya, we're going to have one more savory meal before dessert. And I need you to go get this, like, bucket, like, or this, you know, what was it? The barrel. The next meal was the cheeseburger, wasn't it? There was nothing else, right?
I can't think of anything else.
Because what's-his-face had already hung himself.
Yeah.
So the lamb chops have been done.
But there was a lot of meals, like, in between. Like, remember, like, whenever...
No, I'm telling you. Because she called the Coast Guard, whatever, this fraud of a Coast Guard with his lighter gun.
Oh, my God.
And she comes back. She killed the woman, our favorite woman. In the process, she comes back. The fake Coast Guard, you know, comes, whatever. And then
maybe he just like,
she claps and she's like, I hate your fucking food. Yeah. In fact, I'm starving.
I want to send my food back, which he like has never heard. Like they made that a thing.
Yeah. So like then the cheeseburger came.
Yeah, and point. That's interesting. I didn't really.
Because I was waiting for the next savory meal before dessert. But the only thing that happened was this cheeseburger. Unless he was going to do something else and then he changed it up and made this cheeseburger instead. Let her go
but
instead.
Like I feel like right before she said that, he was like, we're going to do the last course, which is dessert. Like, because everyone started like sweating kind of like at that point. And that's when she started trying to rack her brain on like what I can do to stop this. Who knows? Like that's an interesting little.
I don't know. I'd have to like almost watch that part again.
Yeah, for real. And either it's a plot hole or it's like a hidden meaning.
Yeah, for sure. We should look up. You have your phone on you?
Yeah.
Who directed this?
I feel like it's no one that I've heard before. Mark Lloyd. I don't know. I don't know.
Huh. Mark.
Let me see what he's done.
He does Succession and Shameless.
Are you close enough?
Yeah. He does Succession and Shameless, from what I can tell.
Let me see. Anyways.
Both of those are good. They're both, what's it called? Dry humor, I guess. Dark humor. Dark and dry.
For sure. But, I mean, he did a really good job.
I know. I'm glad this movie exists. But, okay. What did you think of Anya on the boat? Did you have any feelings towards it?
Okay. I really don't want to get into Anya in this movie because I feel like I don't think it maybe is necessarily her fault.
Okay.
But I was just a little underwhelmed with the performance. But it might not be her. Maybe it's just her script or who she's supposed to play. It's it just kind of gave cheesy for her character in particular. I mean, I guess everyone's was a little bit.
I think the issue was because obviously we're both major Anya fans.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this during the movie too.
Because she Queen's Gambit or whatever.
We can't even get into the brilliance of
yeah,
that
no,
role.
It was great. So I know she can do a
and
really
the
great
witch,
job.
Obviously. But when I was watching, I was thinking her character is too predictable. It's too obviously she's gonna get out at the end of this, and there's something frustrating about that. Just a character that it knows everything, who knows how to solve all problems, who knows how to beat the system, and is gonna be the one survivor at the end.
And I feel like they didn't do a good job with character development on her. Because they made her so mysterious for so long, and then you find out she's a prostitute and she grew up poor, grew up white trash. That's about it.
Right.
There's no and I don't know. She could have been more emotional, I feel in parts. You know how Florence a really good crier? There was one point where she cried, it was it was just underwhelming.
You can't compare.
I know. I'm not trying to.
More Midsummer coming back in.
I know. I'm not trying to. But do you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, even in, Queen's Gambit, she,
Queen's Gambit was a 10 out of 10.
She had a big,
all of her shit I've liked. All of it.
Messed up moment in that.
She had messed up moments even in Split, and they were good. I like Split a lot.
But do you know what I mean by, that you're, gonna die. There's no way out. You're gonna be have anxiety. She was just so cool, calm, collected.
No, I don't know. I mean, it was
too cool or something for these rich people. I don't know. There was just something about that character that was a little bit annoying, and I don't really want to put that on her. But
let's not put it on her because we like her too much. It's not her. It's something else that we
it's
can't.
It's a character, and maybe it's a character development.
Sure, it's anything
because,
else.
I couldn't connect how I should have.
How I usually do.
We connected to the white lady that was.
Yeah, that white lady killed it. But one thing I was thinking during this movie is this is a good representation of a real smoker. Because when we watch shit, the smokers don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't smoke at all. They're not even inhaling it.
They're not even trying.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
This bitch knew exactly how to light it, how to hold it, how to
To me,
inhale,
it was funny that you say that because when he was put out your cigarette, it's gonna ruin your taste buds. I thought a real cigarette smoker would never have put that cigarette out.
I know. It
and
made
she did.
me
And I was just
I was literally in her mind, the audacity.
I know.
We're about to go on this boat for I don't know how long. I don't know how long we're gonna be at this place.
One.
Yeah, like let me have one before we hit the road, you know?
To me, it was just the fact that she actually put it out. Yeah. But I guess like she was getting paid, like she was in service, so she had to like.
She was so in service, and she was also going to this dinner that was $12.50 per person. Put your cigarette out, bitch.
What are we eating, a Rolex?
What are we eating, a Rolex?
Like, isn't a Rolex like
way more?
Like $1 million? No, I know it's not, but still.
No, yeah, we know it's not. Anyway.
Oh God. Okay. The best scene ever.
What?
The dessert.
The best scene
You
ever.
even want to get into that yet?
No, pause it.
Okay.
I want to talk about the couple where the woman was, I think, like a food critic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What'd you think about? Not really as much him, mostly her.
Yeah. I mean, she was like so funny.
She was funny, and whenever she realized, when she was like, damn, she was like, we're really not gonna like live, right?
Yeah.
She had given up
I know.
hope. She was smoking a cigarette, if you noticed.
Oh, and it didn't.
Anya gave her one. They were both smoking inside. When the boys were like on the run, they got their head start.
I knew that Anya was smoking. I didn't notice that she was too.
She was the only other person. They were like, she was smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
That's when you know.
Yeah, I mean, she was like funny. I mean, it was just a really like entitled food critic, like very pretentious, annoying.
Yeah,
like,
and her husband, they were married, right?
They didn't give married to me.
They might not be, because they were.
It gave like he was like her
coworkers.
Assistant, like coworker
Something,
type person,
because they
like
shouldn't
a co-editor
be that much
writer
on the same like subject, or you know what I'm saying?
They weren't giving romantic at all. It was giving.
Are you sure? We don't know for sure.
We don't
right?
know.
It's up in the air.
It's definitely up in the air.
But anyway, they were. Their couple was a great representation of like, I don't know, trying to stay so cultured, so intelligent, like give this image all of the time that I know more, and like she was making up words. She didn't make up a word, but she said a word that was so ridiculous to describe like the ocean. I don't know if you like remember that. Was
it in the part where like the girl, like she said it again? The girl that came with the actor guy. And she corrected her.
No, I don't think.
Whatever.
She was just saying something to her guy that she was with, and he was like, huh? And she's like, you know, like this. She like said something so that no one would ever know. He's like, oh, yes, of course. They're just always gassing themselves
But it was
up.
funny. Like, it was like hilarious.
Duh.
Yeah. I liked them.
I know. I'm sad for their deaths. I'm really sad for mostly the white woman.
She didn't like deserve it.
She really didn't. She
just married rich. Like, what does she deserve this
and
for?
like he cheated. She really didn't.
I know.
He didn't ask her if she if she had student loans, like he did for the other woman.
I know. And that's so funny that if she would have said yes, like I'm drowning in student loans, he would have let her go.
Yeah, I went to Chico State and I'm drowning in student loans.
What state?
Chico, isn't that what it's called?
Huh?
In California?
I thought she said she went to Brown.
No, I know. I'm saying if the white woman had said that, he would have let her go.
I don't know what that is. I've never heard of it. Anyways.
I feel like I have to fact check it. Make sure it's definitely called Chico State.
It might be. I've just never heard of it. I didn't go to college.
Chico State. Yeah, in Chico, California.
What is it?
It's just a college. Like, it's just a school.
What made you think of that?
Do you really want to know?
Sure.
I was watching the second season of White Lotus.
Okay. Enough.
Okay.
Yeah, because I want to see that and I have not seen it.
All right. Anyway, back to our bullshit. Do you want to get to our finale yet?
We can get into it. I mean, we're always going to go back. So, like, let's just talk about it.
I feel like I, like, can't get there yet. It's, like, the cherry to the sundae of the movie.
It
you
was
know,
so good.
I'm working up through the hot fudge and the whipped cream.
I do want to say, like, as I was watching the movie, I was like, this is a good movie, but I was thinking, like, you know, obviously there's better movies, but like the whole ride home, like after, like it leaves you like
happy,
like wanting more. Like it was,
that's the psychosis in our brain.
Yeah, like it was just really like, it was just a good movie. Like it might not be maybe for like everybody, like depending on, you know, it was like a little disturbing at parts, but like
oh,
it was
you know,
so
I
good.
really did feel bad for that man's finger.
Yeah, I mean, we all did. It sucked. Like, that sucks.
It was sad. And when I saw it wrapped, too, and it was really gone, I felt bad for him. I really did.
Yeah.
And it hurt the whole night.
What do you think about his mom?
Is that a plot hole? Like, what the hell?
No. I think he, like, was
just
taking
wanted to
his
bring her
mom-
with him?
I think he, like, does not like her.
What? Why?
I don't know.
She's an alcoholic?
She's clearly gone. I think that, like, with the abusive dad / her husband, like, I don't know. I think he knew she was gone. Maybe he knew that she couldn't, like, live without him. Maybe he takes care of her. Obviously, it was something, but it was just
that
kind of
wasn't even
creepy.
really explained. She was just there.
I mean, he explained his memory with
Yeah,
her.
but
And I mean, who knows? There could be a million reasons why this man, like, wanted to fucking take her out with
like,
him.
I feel like I'd have to ask fully, like, the screenwriter. Like, tell me more about this woman's purpose.
I mean, I would like to just talk to the screenwriter in general about it. 'Cause
Yeah.
so interesting, like, this whole, I don't know. And I thought, like, I know I already said this, but, like, I really liked the music, the, like, imagery, like, everything, like, felt so, like.
Was there music?
Oh my God, yes. The music was seriously so good.
What? How did...
It was, like, a lot of, like, classical.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Like, oh my gosh. Big time.
I missed it.
You really missed it.
I don't
because
know how.
Oh, it was good. Like, it was really good, especially the ending scene.
Like, good enough that you would look it up on Apple Music and drive around.
I would, like, check it out for sure, but I mean, like, I like, you know, like movie type music.
Duh.
So, yeah, I know. I was really, like, into it, especially with, like, how the music played into the movie. It was just so good. Like, I really, like, I loved the whole experience.
Did you have a favorite dish? You can't say the s'mores.
Damn. I mean, they didn't really go into, like, all the details of making it. I mean, except for the first and the second. They didn't go into, like, the bone marrow one, really, like, how they made it.
Oh,
so,
but
I like the
know,
rock one. The rock
was,
one was giving, like, the most. Like, it was so pretty.
It was nice, for sure.
Like, how they made it, how they were gathering each little, like, plant and, like, placing it.
Mm-hmm.
It was satisfying.
It was. I would say the cheeseburger, but that's obviously such a cop-out.
It is a cop-out. I was thinking about it, too. I mean, obviously, there was just, like, a lot of emotion behind that scene. And it was also him making it, which, like, his other chefs were making.
And it really was exactly what he said. It was, like, the shitty burger, but it was still good enough for, like, you'd almost pay $9 for it. But not that freaky, like, so gourmet that you're missing where's the cheeseburger.
It was like a diner burger.
Yeah, it was really well done. It looked fucking good.
And the way that, like, he put, like, the onions on it and then flipped it. I thought that was such an interesting, like, you could tell there were just, like, hints of, like,
and whenever they said,
fancy
like,
or something.
she was like, American cheese. And he was like, it's the perfect for a cheeseburger because it doesn't, like, break or something.
Yeah.
Bullshit. What did he say?
Yeah.
It doesn't break when it melts or...
Yeah, because you know how, like, the other cheese, like, will crack?
Does it crack?
Yeah, like, it doesn't melt. Like, you know how American cheese, like, melts? Like, it just gets all melty.
Okay.
whatever. Fries.
It was
crinkle cut or Juliet. And
I was thinking,
pissed.
I was pissed too. I was when they came out with those crinkle cut fries. I thought this
know.
bitch really picked crinkle
I
cut.
thought the same thing.
Like, come on, those other ones were gonna be
Yeah,
fire, like,
for real.
dead
Like,
ass.
the Julienne were gonna taste like McDonald's, bitch.
Yeah, and they were gonna be good as
And you
fuck.
picked Raising Cane's
With like no salt. Like you can just
Yeah,
tell.
no, you
Like
could
the
tell.
crinkle cut fries, they salt like doesn't stick or something.
Something
They're
crazy
too
happens.
thick. They're too potato. Something happens.
Something happens and it's not good. I mean,
Because-
you have to be in a mood. Like you have to be like, I want more potato than I want it.
Yeah,
Like a
like
French
I just
fry.
want to eat sticks of potato because I'm in such a particular mood right now.
Yeah, and they really never do have salt. It's so crazy.
They don't stick. It's like the curves of the crinkles.
Oh,
Dumb bitch. Dumb bitch.
She's a dumb bitch for that. Oh God.
Okay, I'm gonna say also the only people that I feel like deserved this more were really the trio, the three men.
They were pretty bad.
They were awful.
But like I also like, you know, obviously
no one deserves this.
Obviously no one deserves it.
Duh. But I just mean for the sake of the movie, they were really rude to that woman in the beginning when they were like, "Can we get bread? Like, do you know who we are?"
Yeah, I know. That was so annoying.
It was so annoying. And then she whispered something in that guy's ear. You'll like get more than you want, less than you something. Eat more than you want, less than you deserve. Something fucking crazy. Something ominous. You remember?
Yeah, it was something just like that, but it was like fucked up. You knew it was like
It was scary.
it was scary as fuck.
What did you think about his like investor dying? The angel, the
Oh
fallen
my God,
angel.
that was like really like crazy. I mean, this whole like thing was just really like there was something so like, okay, you know how directors who like do like artsy type of movies, really it leans into like you're watching like art and not really as much of like movie.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whoever this director is, he did a really good job of like being artsy, but like still giving you like really movie. Like it's so much of a movie, but it's still really like, I don't know, interesting, like symbolic or something. That I don't know. It was cool. I thought it was cool, but they didn't really like go into this guy like, except you just know like that's a fucked up death. Like
Yeah.
getting
It looked miserable.
I mean, I feel like everyone probably does, but drowning sounds like one of the worst ways to go.
What did you think of when the food critic's husband / assistant / like whatever
Got caught in
guy?
the birds.
Yeah, he was the last person to be caught.
That was hilarious because I thought like, oh my God, that was so smart
I know.
to go in there.
It
Like,
was
I
brilliant.
would've gotten
I
there.
can't believe they got him.
And they opened up that little window. And
Here's
gave
your
him his
reward
treat,
for being the last person to be
the
found.
egg thing.
He's like,
He
okay.
took it.
I know. Poor thing. Poor thing. All right, I guess we can finally get into the.
Okay, wait. One
Okay,
thing
thank
before.
God.
What did you think about the brown-haired chef that he kept trying to sleep with her?
Oh my
And then
God.
it was like her dish or whatever. Okay, well, she stabs him, whatever. Like I thought that was kind of like interesting and cool that they put that in there because like obviously
was
that does
great.
happen to women and like
Duh.
she got her retribution or whatever. And I thought it was so funny how like these girls, obviously when the guys are all running off and they're getting caught, she makes them a meal and they're eating and they're really like chopping it up. Like
They are. They're drinking. They're smoking.
And they're, like-
taking this like break from everything.
and the food critic woman is like, you know, I could really like get you your own like restaurant. Like we just can't die. And she's like, oh my God, like it was my idea. Like that, like I really like love that for me. Like it was my idea that we all die.
I know.
And they were
"I
like,
pitched that."
oh my God. Because they're really trying to suck her ass.
But I did like when she stabbed him, because she stabbed him in the leg with the scissors, just like he did with
his dad.
Yeah, it was almost this weird, like he was almost like repenting for his sins, like before his death, you know. And he did say at one point, this whole night has been made without any of my ego. Like it's all to the side.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why he let Anya go and made her the cheeseburger. His ego was like out of it.
Well, I mean, I don't think it was like, I felt like there obviously is still ego there, but he let her go because she was poor. Because he knew she was poor. And so he like changed his mind because he was only killing people who were, I mean, except his chefs, which like,
yeah,
I don't know why they had
was
to die.
just more of like she was never really even meant to be here in the first place.
Yeah, because he only made people come who were the rich people. Like it wasn't a part of his plan to have like, you know, the big ending, die with anybody who, you know, wasn't meant to be there. But
okay. I just want to say that when they were doing the s'more scene, they were switching back and forth between the s'mores and Anya on the boat, just like back and forth. The s'mores part went great. Anya's part for me fell flat.
Yeah.
Like her boat broke and then they switched back to the s'mores.
Because I couldn't tell because she seemed like she had almost turned it off to come back and like chill for a second.
I thought it stopped. And I thought that it was going somewhere. Like there was a point that like it made it look like she got away, but like
I think she definitely got away. I think she just like, I think she stopped the boat to like literally because she knew she was like far enough away, and obviously you can't keep the boat going if you're not driving it. And I think she wanted her smoke, she wanted to eat, like she wanted to like get away for a second. I think that was just it. I think she for sure like,
no, I just mean like I know that she got away. I just meant like when they were going between her on the boat and the s'mores, hopefully if they're shifting between scenes, both of these scenes end somewhere good. Or if they're going back and forth so many times, she was starting to have like issues in her escape, and like, you know, it just felt like maybe there's more to her than just running off, but there wasn't. That's what to me fell flat. Like simply that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, and her like even having like the audacity to want to eat this burger after that night, like is just so unrealistic. Like you'd be throwing up like this whole night. I mean, you're living through the most traumatic night of your life, and you're just gonna sit here and eat a burger casually, wipe your mouth with a paper menu, please. I mean, that's just so unrealistic, but whatever. Like, I'll let it slide. But because that s'mores scene was phenomenal.
It was fire.
Like, when they just started pouring the graham cracker out, and then, like, they started pouring the alcohol. They put the fucking marshmallow suit and the chocolate hats. And they all, like, accepted it. They all, like, really wanted their rebirth or whatever, like, their death.
They also, okay, the bitch who was married to, I think they were married, the actor.
They weren't. She was his assistant. Remember, she said, I've been stealing money from you.
Yeah. Damn. All these people here, they're fucking like assistants or paid,
I think because that's like
whatever.
What, you know, that's like a part of
their life.
Yeah. They're not like personal. They're not like loving. Like not one person had a good relationship. Not one person was like, it was all business. It was all about money. Like the whole thing was about money. It didn't have to do with really anything else. So yeah, except the one couple,
the amazing white lady.
Yeah,
the white lady who blew it out of the water for no reason. Probably had less than 20 lines of this movie.
Like the fourth time we're bringing it up. It's
stuck out too hard.
And her watery crying eyes the whole time.
No,
like,
it was her whole face. Like I just felt her too much. I shouldn't feel you as much as I do. It was like grief stricken or something.
I just thought like the s'more scene was just so, like I just can't get over how well they did that. Like the way they poured out like all the things, like when they did the above everyone and you saw the
shot.
yeah.
I know. I was just gonna say that
it was so
pretty,
good. Like
because all their drips that they had put everywhere, it from above, it was so pretty looking. They did, and everyone, each person with their suit and hat, they fit perfectly into their little design.
I know. It was so.
And the sticks, the giant like wood and marshmallows that they had that looked like you were roasting roasting marshmallows.
Yeah, those were amazing. Like it was so amazing. Her name, rich white lady's name is Judith Light, and Judith Light, like I just need you to know, like
you killed the venue, bitch.
You killed it. All right.
Let her go. Let her go.
We gotta let her go. That's the last thing I'm gonna say about you, Judith. But
that is it. That's it.
Like I wish you paid attention to the music in that scene, because the music.
I did in that scene. Duh.
I told you, and you're like, oh, I missed it.
I thought you meant like the whole movie.
I didn't mean the whole movie, but I was like, you even like the last scene, you didn't even like pay attention to.
I mean, I was sucked into it. Like I said, it was like Midsummer.
It was
all over.
It was giving Midsummer really bad at the end, and like
nothing will really, to me, obviously compare to Fire Temple, The Bear, all of the friends we've lost during this journey.
Yeah, it was just so similar. Like not the storyline, but just like the setup of this movie was super similar, and obviously the big fire. But to me, it was just so crazy that they all just like accepted their death, and when they were being burned alive, nobody was running. They were just like, just lit on fire, like the center of it. And then like the chefs all.
I hate to bring it up again, as I know we said we wouldn't, but when the Coast Guard had come in, and they had all hoped for a minute, like, oh shit,
oh my god, they were so excited.
And the actor had wrote "help me" instead of his autograph. Obviously that was great. Like it was intense. My heart was racing.
we knew he was gonna write something on there.
Did we?
If you're a normal person, you know that he's writing something like help us, like don't say anything,
I mean,
help
it was
us.
good. It was really good. And the Coast Guard turned around with his gun. He said, all right, get on your knees, put your hands on your head. And Judith, she started pointing at him, and it's him. It's him. And her acting was phenomenal.
So
good.
I think everyone in that scene did so good. Did. It was really real.
But she really stuck out to me again for no reason.
Oh my god. We gotta let her
that
go.
was my last time. That was my last time. Back to the s'mores. S'mores was a 10 out of 10. Like that's just all there is to it. It was so
good. Like, and you just, at the beginning of this movie, you're kind of thinking it's going to be like the type of movie that they really are going to like fight back. They're going to like get out of it somehow.
Yeah, and he mentioned at one point, that's why I brought up the Coast Guard, or that's why I thought of Judith again, because he said to them, it's weird like how none of you fought harder, because you probably could have made it out if you did. Yeah. In the beginning.
I know.
And they all just kind of, damn.
I know.
Too late now.
It's super crazy, but it was just, that was so good. It was so good. It was weird fun to me that like this whole movie felt like it was so good, and for some reason like the one person we like the most, Anya Taylor-Joy, is like the only like. Let's
just not even like talk about her, because I like her too much.
No, I know. I feel really bad. Like I don't think it's her fault, for real. Like I really don't think it's her fault. It was like her character. Like
I mean, I think so too. Like it's, if you just think about it from, if you were almost looking at the script or just the storyboard of it, it's basically this prostitute that wasn't supposed to be here. Yeah. With like a bunch of rich people. Like there's just not that much. She played that role. I mean, I feel like she did. I feel like she
played the role.
Like she brought life to that person. If this was just some random prostitute, this would mean like, who would give a shit if she got out or not? like obviously you cared that she did. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think whoever it was, you'd be rooting for them because obviously that's how they have it set up. But like, I don't know. I think it was just like a lack of character development. I'm gonna leave it at that. Like, I'm not gonna say anything else about it. But yeah, I do feel like it's really like interesting just because we like her the most. Like, that's probably one of the main reasons why you would even see this movie. Like, this is not a movie that I feel like you would have even seen if Anya Taylor-Joy was not in it and some other girl, random, you don't know who they are. It feels like you would not have seen this movie.
Yeah. Also, I don't know how much this affected my experience, but I stand by your environment when watching a movie is going to really...
This is just like the encore of the podcast because it's just
this is post credits. You can stop now.
Yeah.
This is post credits talk. I think your environment is definitely going to depict how you felt.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to change if we watch this at home versus me on my phone in my bed by myself.
Yeah.
Versus us sitting in the movie theater. I'm going to probably feel slightly different ways. This movie theater that we walked into today was a movie theater from hell.
It was just like a joke. Like, what the hell? Did everyone smoke crack before they came in?
No, dead ass. I think they were passing out crack like at the door.
For real.
You have to take a hit before you... And we missed it somehow.
I know. We must have missed it because we get in there and like there's somebody like on the bottom level just
like
shouting.
I mean screaming.
He's by himself too. Like nobody even knows what he's talking about.
I don't think he was by himself.
He was because I turned around and I looked when we left.
Okay, that guy, whatever. He kind of minded his by some point. Then there was a guy who was... I don't know if you noticed this, but he was like stomping like up and down the stairs.
I saw that guy too.
Okay.
I did. I
there
even
was
looked
him.
at you.
And then this guy who sits next to me has these wee legs from like God only knows. He's shaking like there's like this is like
he's like
a 20-year-old guy,
like his legs, like he's trying to fly away. Like that's literally what it was.
Like if he flaps them hard enough,
a little shake. You know, like I get like the little shake in my legs every now and then when my blood sugar.
And this
was
was not a tremor either.
This
like
was
I need to make that
flap,
clear.
like of both legs.
And he had such a particular laugh. Did you notice it?
No.
Maybe that's me being nitpicky because I was getting annoyed.
Yeah.
But then someone within
the same guy who was
talking. I mean, literally
the same guy who was talking in like the trailer. That we were like, oh my god, he better shut up.
We like got what we fucking asked for because not only did he shut his trap, he snored so loud for the next 25 minutes that someone had to go get an employee to like
wake him up because it was a
so
disturbance.
You couldn't even hear the movie.
You could not.
Snoring so loud.
It was so in the movie so loud. It really didn't make sense like why he was okay. This snoring was so weird. Like this man has to have sleep apnea, something crazy because he needs a CPAP machine. I did not know this was snoring. I literally looked over at you like, what the hell is that noise? Like, what is happening to this person? Like, it sounded like they were choking / like gurgling, like something so crazy, which I guess that sounds like a snore if I describe it. But
yeah, I knew
you had to be
snoring.
there.
I knew it was snoring.
I could not believe it.
But I thought I thought he was with someone because I asked you like, why is his friend not waking him up? That's crazy.
Why did he even go see this movie to fall asleep?
To scream for the trailers and then fall asleep as loud as he could for the rest of the movie.
Like,
what is happening?
Fucking CPAP machine, bro. Like, somebody needs to tell him. Like, by the way, like, that was crazy. Like, you need to like get help because you're gonna suffocate. Like, if you fall asleep again, like, yeah, that was not normal. But
yeah,
I will say, like, everything calmed down after
it did. It calmed down, but it was genuinely, if you were there, you would think we're at the fucking zoo. Like something so crazy. Everyone's acting wild. Like they're doing things that you don't even typically do in public.
They really were.
Anyway, that's it, right?
Yeah. Do you have any updates to like your rating? Oh, and do you want to like tell me why like your rating was so low for like if you were a critic?
For critic, because if I'm gonna see, like, if I was gonna do an IMDb review, 1 out of 10, anything that's gonna be a 10 is gonna be nominated for an Oscar.
Well, yeah.
Like, in my opinion. And this,
You don't think this would be nominated for anything? It was like at film festivals and stuff.
no, it's definitely not gonna be nominated for anything.
I'm just saying, like, you wouldn't, like, I don't know. I think it was cool. Like, I liked it.
I liked it too, and the more we talked about it, the more I liked it. But
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like I would give
You
it
don't
a
have to change
7.3. Like if I was, it's just that like that is not even that bad of a rate. It just was like, it was somewhat cheesy, somewhat like silly, but it was meant to be that way. So
to
like,
me, it
I
was like
didn't.
comforting me to be that way because of like how heavy. Like,
No, I know. So like, I'm not saying that that was necessarily a bad thing. It's
Yeah.
just like that still did exist.
yeah, I felt like it was a really good balance. But I mean, I would rate it higher, obviously. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm really into chef stuff anyways. So like, maybe I'm biased.
Yeah, maybe you're biased. Maybe because you're just so into the chef stuff. But
Yeah.
let me see what it got, like, by other people. It got 89% on Rotten Tomatoes, 71% on Metacritic. Let's see if it has IMDb. Oh, shit.
What?
9.5.
No way.
That's what it says.
No. For me, it says 7.6.
Huh. This is 9.5. That's so weird.
Okay, that's weird.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, I guess I'm being a little bit harsh, but, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not that far off.
I don't know. I feel like it was just really good because, like, I think about, like, movies like Knives Out, which I think got, like, nominated for stuff. And, like, I don't know. I just feel like it would be messed up to, like, not have this nominated for
You know what it
anything.
is, I think?
Like,
is,
at least for maybe, like, visuals, like, or music, something. Give it something because it does deserve something.
Damn, you really fucking loved it. I don't know. I mean, I think it's, like, it's almost like a comedy, but, like, an actual, like, obviously it's a very dark comedy and there's serious shit in it, but it has somewhat of the comedy aesthetic. You're looking up the genre?
Yeah, and it's horror/comedy.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, that's just gonna always be a hard thing to really do so well that it hit me on like a different level.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
I
it wasn't
think
like
that's
okay.
what the thing is. It stayed. If I was gonna go on different levels of movies hitting me, this didn't hit just service level. It went deeper than that.
Yeah.
Did it hit
No,
my
I get it
soul?
because it's
Like,
not
fuck
gonna be
no.
like as like. I just feel like it's tough because in a movie like that's a comedy/horror, but like even comedy with the drama, you can like go above and beyond, like really blow somebody, like really hit someone, like stop them in their tracks, like everything everywhere all at once. Like you can
Yeah.
really hit someone with a drama, but with like
Everything Everywhere All at Once did have comedy though. It was
everything.
A near
It was
perfect
everything.
movie.
But like, do you know what I'm saying? Like a more serious, like there's like a really deep thing like that makes you emotional. Like this is just like a horror comedy, and like I think for a horror comedy, like this was honestly top of the line for that.
I agree. Like I said, it's just
Because
always
even
gonna be
comedies
hard.
don't like make me laugh. I laughed a few times, but comedies don't even make me laugh most of the time.
Okay, like yeah, it's just like I would still watch it on like, I'm really happy we saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
I would watch it again.
It was so good in theaters.
But also like if I watched it on HBO, like
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, oh, like yeah, that was fun as fuck. Like I really liked it. But I don't know. I would almost just, it was good.
No, I
really
get it.
fucking liked it.
I definitely get it. Like to me, it just like it's definitely not up there in like my favorite movie category, but it's like second down.
Damn.
Like
Wait, what do you mean? The genre or this movie?
no, like this movie. Like you know how you have like the top movies like of life for you.
Yeah.
Like, and there's like a whole group.
Mm-hmm.
Anything can join. But there's like, you know, really good movies.
Okay.
To me, it fits in there.
Yeah, like this to me would be in the same category of like maybe Don't Worry Darling, Promising Young Woman, like things that are something dark but it has something light and interesting, usually a strong female lead too.
Yeah.
And all of them, I love those movies. In fact, I'll watch them probably several times throughout my life.
Yeah. I definitely think it belongs in that category. And I just wanted to see like if you felt that way too or if I was crazy.
Okay, bye.